All right, it's the extended version. This tutorial was a little bit nuts. I already have my vertices set to 6 right here, but you can set them to whatever you want. But 6 definitely works best for a tile. Tab into edit mode, and on face select, or 3 on the keyboard, I'm just gonna move this down, scale it down a little bit. Move it back up to the origin. Over in the modifiers tab, we're gonna add our little array, and I'm gonna have them have a little bit of overlap there, and then you just turn up the count to extend that out. Yeah, I'm gonna add another array modifier, and instead of that, I'm gonna use constant offset, and I'm just gonna move it over 50%, kinda, and then like up. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'm going to add another array modifier on top of that, basically doing the same thing, but just scooting this guy. And then, woo! There we go. So, go through, apply the arrays, and let's give it our material, which is going to be an image texture. And let's find our Elvis. There we go. And so now, let's see. If we go into material preview, he's there, but he doesn't know how to apply the material. So all we're getting is little foot. So go into edit mode, hit U, project from view, and now he's there, but we got to refine that a little bit. So I'm going to open up a new window, slide into the UV editor, bring up our Elvis, tab back into edit mode, and here we go. We can just kind of make him fit. Looks pretty good to me. So now, to make each tile its own specific color, we're going to go into the pivot mode up here, individual origins, and I'm just going to scale it down. You could just hit S0 to scale everything to 0, but then you could never scale it back up again. So, ooh, that's actually kind of cool. Look at that. It's like looking through a, yeah. So scale this nice and down, and that's some Elvis action right there. Set this up to median, maybe make it a little... Woo! Alright, now I'm jumping over into the shader editor, where this could be a thing, honestly, but I'm gonna throw in a converter color ramp and change it to constant. And now I can kind of tweak that. If you want, you can just click the plus to add another level of gray. Look at that. You can kind of... And I mean, if you want, you can make them different colors. You can be like blue and a dark green blue or oh yeah, that, I don't know, looks kind of hideous. So what's also kind of cool to be able to do here is if you do put it on a wall, you just kind of select, maybe make your circle selection thing very small, and just kind of scroll around here. Wah! Especially on the edges, and then hit like Control L, I think. I have it mapped to a button on my mouse, so I actually don't remember where the actual hotkey is, but it's either L or Control L to select all the linked associated vertices, and then X, delete those faces, and look at that. Now it's kind of a mosaic that's falling apart. Kind of cool. So we can use a lot of those same techniques on a reader board. So deleting the cube, adding a icosphere, tabbing in edit mode, and let's see. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm just gonna keep... I could use an array for this. In fact, I don't know why I'm not, except that this doesn't take all that long. So, it's exponential. Every time I've got twice as many if I remember to actually select all. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And let's make it nice and high res, although it's starting... does not like moving all of these vertices all at once, but it shouldn't have decided to be a computer. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna select all of these and kind of do what we did before, but opposite. Select origins, and can I scale them all up at once? It does not like that. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Someone liked, what are you trying to cut? None of your business. Oh, son's hand. What? It's okay. Yep. Alright, we're making a new material. And this one's going to be... let's just jump straight into the animated one. Like, actually, I mean, okay, I'll show you. We're going to add 2 materials. This one's going to be dark. Add another material slot here, and this will be glowing. The glowing one surface is going to be an emission. maybe 2. Warm light. Dark is just dark. Maybe it's shiny. And if we go over into here, yeah, that's a thing. And then if we go into edit mode and select, woo, our smiley face, and just click assign. That was me hitting like L again, you know, to select all the linked ones. So all I got to do is get like a little corner, and it goes, hey, selects the whole thing. To make it look better, here I'm gonna turn the background down even more, and then in the Eevee settings, I'm checking bloom. You can make the intensity all weird. This is maybe a little too red. Make it a little more yellow. Yeah, that kind of reads like a sign. I also I'm gonna add a plane here. Woo! I think this is very big. Let's turn this down, and let's just actually build out this reader board a tiny little bit here. So we put that plane back there, stick it behind the bulbs, and I'm going to create a new material. It's going to be an image material, and let's just go into the texture stash here and see if we've got anything that looks like it could be a reader board. This is plywood, but let's do that one. This is rubber. And I think it's already doing it. Yeah, it's already doing it. It's just dark. Here, I'm going to turn this into a sunlight so we can kind of... Ooh, that's bright. See what we're doing just a little bit. Maybe. I can't. It's too dense, but that's okay. And then I'm going to select some of these, extend them out. There we go. Now it's like a little sunshade situation. And if we want to jump over, we can add a solidify modifier. Add a little thickness there. Yeah! And I'm going to select everything and hit U, cube projection. And that makes the material kind of... Yeah, maybe that rubber material wasn't the greatest idea ever, but it's going to be fine. Just pretend we did it better. Rotating this upright. And yeah, let's bring this one back. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, now dancing Elvis. We're just going to do the same... Actually, no, we're not. We're making a... animated. This is a brand new animated one. Sliding open a new panel. Opening the shader editor here. Deleting this, and we're just going to add 2 shaders. An emission and a glossy. Making the glossy dark. Maybe turn down the roughness a little bit. And a mix shader. Plugging them both into there. And then plug in the shader into the surface. So now it's splitting the difference. It's 50% glossy, 50% emission. We're going to import an image texture. Let's use the one I used in the tutorial. Color into the factor. And we see nothing because we haven't unwrapped it yet. So we're going to go into the UV editor. Open up stop. Tab into our edit mode here, select them all and hit U, project from view, make it cover that whole stop there. There we go. Now it's doing a thing. But it's backwards. I'm gonna flip these, make this maybe a little brighter. Yeah, make it a little warmer. Yeah, that reads as a thing. Oh, although you can see the bulbs are not illuminated correctly. So I'm gonna go back in the UV editor. Stick in individual origins, you know what we're doing by now, and just shrink this down, and that makes every light just a single color. That works a lot better. All right, I'm gonna delete all of these ones so we can just have a scrolling thing across the top there. Here, let's make that match. Yeah. Back in the shader editor, and the final step is where did it go? There we go. So you can just load in a video instead of an image texture, which is really cool. I'm gonna give it a zillion frames, make it cyclic, auto refresh, and I think we're gonna have to set up the UVs again, but we should see something. Yes, that's kind of cool right out the gate there. UV editor, tab into there, and let's make it. Oh, let's actually load in our. There we go. And it's kind of being. Oh, I have it set to individual origins. All right, median. Just scale that to fit a little bit. And look at that. It's a scrolling reader board. It should repeat. Anyways, that's just me being... Oh, it's because I gave it 1,000,000 frames. Let's actually set it to the right number of frames. Just try taco burgers. Okay, and oh, I forgot, there was more to this tutorial. Wow, we covered a lot of ground, maybe too much ground. You know, if I covered less ground, I wouldn't have to make these extended tutorials. Isn't that a idea? Alright, so I've duplicated that, which is also kind of a cool effect. And I'm gonna open up that. Nope, that's the other Elvis. Let's open up the forbidden dancing footage here. Yes. I didn't know for sure if I could dance like Elvis. And some say I still can't. But, man, I gave it my best shot. Alright, so while we're here, let's just add that color ramp node we've been playing around with. Set it to constant. And I like it. Let's flip it, though. Yes. That's pretty good. And then in the UV editor, tab in, we're going to reproject from view. I'm going to load the actual video. They don't have to. It just helps even you're dealing with different aspect ratios, you know? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And then individual origins, scale all the crazy way down. Yes. And look at that. We got a dancing Elvis dude. Wouldn't that be weird if you're driving through a construction zone and suddenly there was Elvis and the cop pulls you over and the cop is like, "Sir, are you aware of why I pulled you over?" And you'd be like, "Does it have anything to do with that dancing Elvis?" And they'd be like, "Yes, I hacked the safety robot to make you look at Elvis and have a good day." Oh, good. I've been recording this whole time. That's great.